standing up again. Mira sat at the small cafe table, her fingers tracing idle circles on the rim of her coffee cup. The candlelight flickered in the center, casting a golden glow against the polished wood. But it did little to warm the hollow feeling in her chest. The cafe was alive with conversation, laughter spilling from nearby tables, but none of it reached her. She was just another lonely silhouette in a sea of connection. She glanced at her phone. 7:42 p.m. 12 minutes late. She swallowed down the disappointment, trying to convince herself it was fine, that he might still show up. People ran late all the time. Maybe he got caught in traffic, or maybe he was struggling to find parking. Maybe... But she had been here before, too many times. She had spent an hour picking out her dress, something soft and elegant, flattering, but not too desperate. Her makeup was subtle, her hair styled with care. She wanted to look nice, but not as if she had tried too hard. But even as she applied the last touch of lipstick in her mirror, a part of her had whispered that it wouldn't matter, because it never did. 7:55 p.m. Still no messages. She sighed, setting her phone down beside her untouched plate. The server passed by, hesitating slightly as he caught her gaze, as if debating whether to ask if she was ready to order. But he said nothing. Maybe he had seen this before. Maybe he had seen her before. Mira had been stood up so many times that she imagined the waitstaff at these places exchanged glances when she walked in. Oh, there she is again. Poor thing. She took a sip of her coffee. It had gone lukewarm, and the bitterness settled on her tongue like the weight in her chest. 8:07 p.m. She stared at the empty chair across from her, willing it to be occupied, wishing for a presence that would never come. The messages in their chat replayed in her mind. His enthusiasm, his promises that he was so excited to meet her. But where was he now? Why did they always do this? Was it her? Was she too much? Or maybe not enough? She exhaled slowly, forcing herself to stand. She reached into her purse, pulled out a few bills, and left them on the table without a word. The moment her feet touched the pavement outside, the cool night air hit her like a quiet slap in the face. It smelled of rain, though the sky was clear. The world outside moved on, indifferent to her sadness. Couples walked past her, their hands intertwined, their laughter light and easy. Groups of friends passed by, engaged in conversations she would never be a part of. She wrapped her arms around herself, feeling small, feeling invisible. She tilted her head back and looked up. The sky stretched above her, deep and endless, dotted with only a few faint stars, barely visible against the city lights.